What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm your host, Honcho. Let's get this party started. I'm gonna let the proper protocols roll through as we get some of this conversation going. Oh, and if you're in the top chat, make sure you know live. Top chat is for suckers. Alright? Don't be no sucker. Alright. Let me get that out the way. Let's get this going. Shout out to Culture, man. Appreciate the love. Speaking of culture, let's see what we got joining us today. We got Culture, James, my name, Empress Yaya Rigo, Joy's Chit Chat, and Miss Mary. How you doing? What's the motherfucking deal? To all of you, glad that you could join tonight. If you don't know, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. You can follow my personal social medias at Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. We'll be back tomorrow on the weekday streams at 1 p.m. live every night, 7 days a week at 10 p.m. Actually on time tonight. Didn't take a whole lot of time, a little bit of time, not too much. We got this party started. People will come in like, damn, you got started on time? I'm usually wait 5-10 minutes before you get going. You want to go get you some Den Show merch like this shirt. Shout out to Professor Trill, because I know he got him one. You go to Den Show shop. If you want to catch all the previous streams, go to denshowpodcast.com. I've been uploading all of the audio from the streams there. We know what kind of day and age we're living in, and YouTube doesn't like the stuff I do and or say too much, especially when you start out with your every video with what's the motherfucking deal, and they don't like profanity. But I told you the recorded videos starting this week, I'm going to be kosher. I'm going to minimize profanity. I don't know if I'm going to like not use profanity or if I'm just going to edit out the profanity and maybe have like a backup unrated version. So we'll figure it out. But I'm going to be editing some of the profanity. One way or another, it won't be profanity. Maybe some beeps, maybe a funny little noise or something. I don't fucking know. But the streams will still be the stream, so that's that. If you want to support the channel, you go to streamlabs.com /The Den Show. Shout out to everybody who's been showing love, supporting this community as we continue to grow, you know, with the help or without the help of the Googleizers or the YouTubers, because I've been looking at my analytics, and boy, I do not get recommended anymore. Like, I've heard a lot of big YouTubers saying stuff about it. Oh my God, I'm a small channel. They ain't paying no attention to me. My recommendations have pew, 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 gone way down. Everything else has been just kind of natural. Like, they don't, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Fuck it. I don't really give a shit. And if you want to support the channel on the community, on a monthly basis, you go to patreon.com/ The Den Show. Shout out to Miss Grace, Tina Story-Eyed, Diana, Dan the Man, Donald Trump, Goya, Betty Spaghetti, and James. I appreciate all of you for showing faith in the long-term success of this community, and I appreciate it. Again, so let's get into some conversation. Let's get into what's going on. And what I want to talk about today is it's a little bit of the new 007 and why I think it's fucking stupid. Even though I'm not like a super big 007 fan, it has a lot of other things that are happening with that you have to pay attention to. And I'm going to speak on that a little bit. And then some other things. We just, you know, it's Sunday. And it is. Sunday is always Sunday Night Confessions. I know I haven't been promoting it as much, but if you ever want to call in, Sunday Night Confessions is still a thing. It is just what it is. For those of you who are coming in late, y'all late. I did the shout outs already, but I still got some love for y'all. McVice, Ruby Roo, Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? Beyond a Funny Nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Jason S, what's the motherfucking deal? Bad Bougie KM, what's the motherfucking deal? Sourberry, Sweetberry, my ass. Yeah, my ass. Miss Bell, what's the motherfucking deal? Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking deal? BT007. Shout out to fucking Eastside Hero, man. Shannon Jones, if you will. Let me see. You say you only watch Peter 007 if you're great at a TV, man. Them old school 007 was legit. Now, Nikki motherfucking Nicole, the napping Nicole, what's the motherfucking deal? Jahir, I see you. You know, it is what it is. So here's the thing though, right? 007. Let me tell you why this is fucking stupid. Okay? And I know a lot of people apparently did not like the conversation last night. Lost a lot of subs, lose some subs before that, but lost a lot of subs, I guess, from last night's conversation. So the people who were not too keen on it, hey, if they couldn't fit in, then fuck them. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Hey, if you're fucking with it, y'all understand where I'm coming from. I understand where you come. I try to understand where you're coming from. If you don't like it, hey, nobody's forcing you. Again, Like I said, it's not about the numbers, it's about the interaction. So those people who wasn't gonna fuck with it wasn't gonna fuck with it. So if they want to withdraw themselves, it is what it is. Cassie, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Cassie Cage. And so now, again, like I said, I'm not the most adept 007 fan. I haven't even really watched a lot of them with, what's his name? Daniel Craig. When it was Pierce Bronson, whatever his name was, I watched a few of those. But, you know, my thing is this. 007 is the agent, the number of the agent, right? And other agents have other numbers. What they're saying is she's not the new James Bond, but she's the new 007. And somehow, some way, I guess that made sense to somebody. Somebody down at MI6 said this made sense, right? GoldenEye was great. Then the game was great too. But my thing is this, man. Because who was the one? There was like a 006 in one of them. And so anyway, different agents had different. So why couldn't she just have a different number? Why couldn't she just be a different agent? But there's other caveats that are going on. From what I read, apparently she's supposed to be, you know, that nobody's still supposed to be in the movie, which again makes it make no sense to me. But he's supposed to be interested in her, but I guess he doesn't. He's not gonna get her. Like, you realize 007 was like the whole. He was like a playboy. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, they need to make a black 007. Yeah, I guess that's cool if that's what you're into. My big issue with all of this, let's make all these characters black, let's make all these characters this, that, and the other, and why I'm not on that whole train is because why don't motherfuckers just make new fucking stories, period, point blank. I'm tired of the same old fucking story. And instead of going and being original, and let's create our own character with our own origin, with our own fucking story. No, we need to, it's about time they made a black woman 00. What the fuck? That doesn't even, one, 007's a player, so what is she just gonna be getting like fucked by a bunch of dudes? She's gonna use the pussy to get the intel? Is that how she's gonna work? All right, I mean, how's this gonna work? Because I always thought 007 was a smooth ass, player ass type dude. You know, he could have a little beverage, you know, finesse the ladies a little bit. He'd do some old player shit and slide out. Now, we're supposed to expect this from a black woman. Now, let me tell you something about spy movies, and you can feel however you want to feel. Like I said, we'll open up the line shortly, and if you want to agree or disagree, all perspectives are welcome. Let me tell you why white men get away with being spies. Because the white people are everywhere, so they don't stand out. So in a lot of these events or places or things, a black woman in these venues or whatever, it's got to be noticeable. People are going to be paying attention. A spy is able to move undetected and unnoticed. So if you're like a completely different demographic, I mean like the opposite basically, you know, it's going to be a little different, but they're going to sell it to you. Hollywood's going to sell it to you, right? They're gonna push it to you. Yeah, I remember, and here's the deal, like 007 was fucking with the blacks. I remember him back in the day, that'll be next, the gay 007. Back in the day. And so, like, again, all of this representation, because this is what happens, right? And it's a lot of this, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but as we discussed last night, it's a lot more of the left wing that feels, oh, you know, it's the white people are doing all this bad stuff to us, but we got moral victories because they put us in some movies. Because this is only like one side that cares about like this type of foolishness. And that's just being real. So again, I don't give a fuck about movie representation. What is that gonna change? And that's why I say this is what bothers me about whoever thinking that this is some type of win for black people. Guess what? Niggas ain't making no more money off this fucking movie. Like, she's gonna get paid. It's not advancing anything for niggas. Just like with fucking Black Panther. Yeah, the director got to spend a nice little budget. But what did that change? Nobody owns anything. Nobody black owns anything in Black Panther. Besides a Black Panther Halloween costume. What was I gonna say, goddamn? Costume. You know, and so this is what kills me. Like, where is all of this glory? Oh, this is brilliant. We're woke now. We've stepped it up. Why did you step? You didn't do anything. Crash and Heartless. What's the motherfucking deal? There's going to be another boring ass, uncharacteristic female lead because female characters these days have to be overpowered, no entertaining quality, and people accept it or say, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'll be honest. I want to see some titties. If I don't see no titties, this is a sexist movie. They're not empowering women enough to embrace their bodies and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But no, but my thing is this. Female Ghostbusters was terrible. And that's what I'm saying. And look, and these are women that are saying these things. And they got mad because they're making another remake of it. If your movie was terrible, it was terrible. Like, this is my problem, man. Don't remake something just for the sake of saying, we're going to change the color of the character and it's going to be that much better. Why? I don't get it. Like, why not do something original starring original characters? But see, Hollywood is afraid of doing that. Hollywood needs surefire hits. That's why they don't go out and venture out and do anything different. That's why these big studios don't take gambles. They have to have something that either has star power in it, or it has to be a remake of something that they already know people have an attachment to and they're going to go back and watch again. They're not taking risks, but we're going to be risque by changing up the character. We're going to do something just a little bit different. And that shit ain't doing nothing for anybody. You're rewashing a bunch of trash ass fucking movies or making them worse because now you're trying to make them PC and you want to appease everybody, make sure everybody feels included. And guess what? Fuck everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm super serious about that. Everything ain't for everybody. Like, if I'm not included, well, guess what? It just wasn't for me. I'm not gonna cry about it. If I want something that bad, guess what? Go and make your fucking own. Like, that's what I don't get, man. That's what I don't get it. Like, Blade by far was better than Black Panther. By far. But you tell some motherfuckers that Black Panther was gonna be the reunion of blacks and black Africans, and you know, we're gonna go to Wakanda and we're gonna take over the world. I seen some nigga tweet some shit today talking about, oh, you know, we got the Black Mermaid and now we got the Black 007 and Wakanda forever and all this. Like if you don't shut this stupid fucking shit up, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is this doing to improve anything? It just gives you something to watch on TV. Your ass already watching too much motherfucking TV. That's the problem that we got now. That's why motherfuckers ain't in no positions to do shit, because you're already watching too much fucking TV. And you just want more shit to entertain your goofy ass, and go for it. Like, but don't complain about shit else. You got your fucking movie characters. Now go sit your ass down and watch the movies, and you're not allowed to complain about any other issues in the black community. You know, that should placate you and carry on, man. Yeah. Exactly. Shout out to Cassie. Bringing the facts. But see, here's my thing. Who would play a modern day Foxy Brown? This is interesting. I need to think about these things. Miss Meek, what's the motherfucking deal? But like I said in Alto, Sirius, Nimbus, what's the motherfucking deal? They made a film about that. Really? I didn't know they made a film of Spook Just Sat by the Door. Okay. Man, I'm telling you, like, that's the crazy shit about it. Motherfuckers act like Black Panther was I don't fucking know. This nigga gonna come off the big screen and be president, save the world. Like, motherfuckers swore up and down Black Panther was real. Like, and boy, motherfucker was mad at me. I'm just like, it's just a movie. It's alright. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. I'm not excited about shit. Like, it's like it's a Marvel movie like any other. I didn't think it was just terrible. I didn't think it was that great. It was just a movie. You know what I mean? So it's Vivica. Booty eating Vivica? Stop. No. Female pimp, shut your ass up. Can't no Mexican lady play Foxy Brown. She would be, what is that? What is it? Marron? I don't know what Fox is in Spanish. Yeah, because Beyonce had Beyonce in one of them Austin Powers or some shit, didn't he? I don't know. I'm asking y'all. Y'all know them. I honestly don't be watching shit like that. I just like to complain. I ain't gonna lie. I just like complaining about shit. I don't even be watching TV like that, because whether they make something or not, I'm not even gonna watch the shit. But this is what I'm saying though. This is the hypocrisy. This is the bullshit that people complain about. My deal is, go and be original. You know, I hate Tyler Perry movies. I hate everything that he's ever put out. I hate the Alex Cross that he did. I think he did a disservice to Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. I thought those were excellent movies. And then he plays Alex Cross. He doesn't even talk to Morgan Freeman about how get some of that the goat juice. Pause. I don't know. He does his own thing, knowing that maybe he imagines himself as a granny in a suit. Maybe he probably imagines himself as a old black woman playing a young black man playing a cop. Like, it is what it is, right? So, my thing is just that the niggas just going too far, like with the nonsense. It's just, and again, I don't know if it was niggas that did it or not, whatever. But just to take the 007 and just go completely far-fetched with it, it's bothersome. I have issues with that, right? So, here is the deal, right? Here is the deal. Now, we're talking about Brady Bunch, female pimp. I know you're Mexican. We're not even gonna get into that. And everybody else knew who was Hispanic, or I call everybody Mexicans. Don't take it hard. I just give female pimp shit. Mexicans are my favorite people. We've been cool. We've been. I learned all my racism from Mexicans. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love it. So let's talk about it. No, Kenneth, that's for weirdos. Okay? That's the weird thing. I can hear a weird noise. Anyway, so let's talk about it. I'm going to open up the line here in just a second after the proper protocol goes through. And I want to know your thoughts on this. Some of you I know missed the conversation last night. Like I say, some people got mad at me. Because what had happened is when the stream got all messed up, so it ended up splitting into two parts. And some lady was going to argue with me and said that I said that, this is why I say, this is what frustrates me with niggas, certain black people, but niggas mainly. Niggas don't listen to shit. I'm sitting here and say that I said that black people and white people deserve different sentencing. But I never said anything like that. I never said anything of the sort. What I addressed was a socioeconomic issue, if you want to call it that, but again, was the legal system. If you got money for a solid lawyer, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a better outcome than somebody who goes to court with a court appointed. And if you're out there living a fucking life of crime and you're doing dirt and you ain't putting up no money for a fucking lawyer, well, sorry, buddy, it's not a smart thing to do. But yet, you said that white people and black people deserve different money. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about that whole thing, which is fucking stupid. People don't listen. People hear what they want to hear, and that's the problem that we have nowadays. Is people aren't listening to what's truly being said. They're allowing an emotional reaction to invoke their feelings, and they stop listening, and then they only get bits and pieces because they're too busy thinking what to say to combat what they're hearing, as opposed to really listening to what's being heard. And that's the problem that we have these days. A lot of shit that's going to be said that is true in life is not going to be comfortable. It's not going to feel good. But when you really sit down and think about it, it only makes fucking sense. Sometimes it makes too much fucking sense and people cannot handle that, which is sad. It really is sad. And so, like I said, if they would have listened, and then basically just, here's my deal, man. A lot of stuff has to be addressed. Like, I don't care about if you have a different opinion of mine. But if all you can do, if when we start having certain conversations and people start presenting facts, statistics, figures, and stuff like that, and then you start name calling like a fucking 5-year-old because you have nothing that you can say, it makes you look stupid. It makes you look dumb as fuck. Like, it makes you look stupid. It makes you, like, somebody says something, you don't like it. All you can say is you're Coon or you're Uncle Tom, you're Oreo. Okay? So basically you don't like me telling these facts, and so because it doesn't make you feel good, you feel like it's a personal attack on you, and you're gonna start calling names. Interesting. That makes you look real smart, and you fail to prove me wrong. So it does double damage on your behalf, and I find that extremely amusing, because when you start calling names and stuff like that, because you can't dispel anything somebody's saying, you lose. Like, I don't think people realize. They think that by yelling louder, calling names, I guess, and that's the problem that a lot of niggas have. I won't say black people. A lot of niggas have. They think the louder they get, and maybe if they throw some hand claps in there with it, in cadence, that they're proving an argument. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, you're not proving anything. You're just making you look fucking foolish. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Period. Point blank. That's all it is. See, look. Hold on, let me make sure I got this shit right. I'm not giving this first caller any pistachios. I know that's why they call it in. They are here strictly for pistachio action. So what's the motherfucking deal? Who they got calling me?
You know that's why I'm calling it. I just want pistachio.
See, look, you out there using your pistachio privilege to acquire pistachios. You better have a good call. I ain't giving you nothing. What's on your mind, Miss Shannon? What would you like to share with the people in the den this evening?
Oh my God, that 007 movie is going to be terrible.
What? You wouldn't want to be the 007? You being a black
Look,
woman?
I don't have a problem with female characters, but when they just put in the movie for the sake of just having a female character and they're poorly written, and just put in there to take the place of a male character, it's going to be terrible. Like, have you seen the new Men in Black?
No, I haven't seen Men in Black since I think Men in Black.
Oh my God, they replaced Will Smith's character with this black female from the Thor movie, and it was completely terrible. It was horrible. It was garbage.
That's terrible.
Because they were just relying. The whole thing was just bad because they were relying on them, the people from the Thor movies. They were relying on their star power to push the movie over, and it was just poorly written and poorly done. And yeah.
How do you know that wasn't still Will Smith just acting like a black woman?
It wasn't Will Smith. She had a different name. Like, I don't know if you remember the first part of the original Men in Black movie, but remember Will Smith came in as a cop who was chasing down the alien and whatnot from the first one. You remember?
Yeah, somewhat.
She comes in and she ain't got no background, no training, no nothing. She's just there to be fucking there.
That's tough. So, what do you think?
And then the whole, with the remake of the Ghostbusters movie, oh, God. I'm glad I didn't spend my money on that.
You watch it on bootleg?
No, somebody else paid for me to go watch it with them, and I'm glad it wasn't my money that was spent.
So see, now you got niggas out here tricking on the movies so you can get your free movie watch. And now that we went from pandering to, I don't know what we call it right now.
No. It was somebody I know that invited me along to go see a movie with them.
So y'all didn't even pay for me. Y'all was in there sneaking in the movie. Y'all went and paid for the one movie, and then once that was over, y'all ran out and slid into the other theater and was watching other movies. See, now y'all still. Who got the police, the number to 911? I need to call on Mrs. Jones.
Oh, you snitching?
Hey, I'm snitching straight up. I'm snitching on everybody. Look, if the niggas calling me CIA agents and Oreos and everything, I'm snitching on them. Fuck all that shit. I ain't affiliated with nobody. Everybody getting snitched on.
It was like that whole movie was just a bunch of female characters making big jokes.
Really?
Yeah, like having pictures of like half-naked men and making jokes about men's penises and men's bodies and stuff like that. The movie was terrible.
No, so let's say we would have reversed the roles in that movie. Do you think it would have been acceptable? Or do you think women would have been mad about body shaming or some type of body image complaint?
They would be, if the roles were reversed and it was a bunch of men making jokes about women's bodies and whatnot, they would say that they're exploiting women and they're body shaming women.
Okay. So what do you think would have been the right move for them if they were trying to retire Daniel Craig from 007 or whatever they call themselves doing? What would have been the right move for them to do instead of just going out and pandering and going and getting a black woman 007?
If they're going to make it, like Miss Strawberry mentioned before, one of the original 007's wife in the original one was black. If they're going to make it a black woman, I would bring in her character, the wife of 007, because she would make more sense.
Interesting. So when it's all said and done, do you think that they're going to try to make that be the outcome? Because apparently, from what I read, supposedly he's supposed to be interested in her, but she's just not falling for his charms, which has a whole nother theory. That's a whole nother conversation to get into as to why they put that element in there. But do you think that may be the angle that they try to turn it to in the end?
I'm sorry, I didn't even hear you.
Oh, see, that's the problem. You worried about these pistachios.
No. Go repeat what you said. I didn't hear everything you said.
I'm not even gonna repeat. I felt so offended. I'm really calling the laws on you now. No, what I was saying that, okay, you said that in one of the originals that his wife was black. So do you think that they're going to try to spin this movie in that fashion somehow?
Yeah, they'll probably try to say that she's the daughter of 007 or some shit like that. They'll probably try to say that she's his daughter trying to follow in her father's footsteps and whatnot. And it's going to be terrible. Because it's like, where did she get this training from? Is her qualification is the fact that she's female, black, and his daughter? Is that the only qualification she has for being a spy?
It's in the bloodline. It's in the blood. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because from what I've heard, they said he's supposed to be,
just like when they did that whole remake of Ocean's 8 by calling it Ocean's. Yeah, they did. They did a remake starring Rihanna and Sandra Bullock and a bunch of other female celebrities of Ocean's 8, and it was terrible. Glad I didn't spend my money on that either.
I was like, you must have snuck into a bunch of movies that day. So here's my thing. Because me and my old lady, we have these conversations from time to time. And I say that she's a sexist. I don't agree. And then I tried to think about it and I couldn't. Do you think that, and this isn't, 007 isn't necessarily a comedy, but you named a couple of comedies, Ocean's 11 and then, straight up, Dan, that's what I'm talking about. Can't create our own heroes, got to borrow a white man's, and that Ocean's 8 was ass. But do you think that female characters are funny? Is there a movie with like maybe a primarily female cast that you found amusing? Or how about this? Let me change that, because I thought that movie Bridesmaids was pretty funny. But a movie that maybe has an original, no, I'm sorry, not original, but a remake with an all-female cast that was funny? Or do you think they're just trying to force it?
An old movie that I saw where the stars of the movie were female was My Best Friend's Wedding. I thought that was hilarious.
I've never seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, because the whole point of it was you got this best friend who's in love with her best friend's fiance. And then you got a part where the bride is running away from her fiance, and the fiance's chasing her, and the best friend's chasing the bride. Chasing both of them.
Okay,
So, the shenanigans in that movie, to me, were hilarious.
Okay. So do you think that movie should kind of, and I guess not to be sexist and not to put women in a box, I think women have lots of different interests, but do you think that women who go see the, like, I guess, or female dominated movies should be based on more traditionally female topics? Like, right now women love weddings and they love more feminine stuff, even though people try to tell them, no, women can do anything men can do, which is true, but I don't think women really want to see. Okay, so
I think that these movies can be done right if it was original. Because all we've seen with these remakes is that they're just taking an ideal that was already done and just changing the characters around. If it's not good, it's not going to be good. Because they don't have an explanation with the female Ghostbusters as to why they're taking the place of the men. Or why they're even Ghostbusters.
I see somebody said Girlfriends. Look, hey, Girlfriends was a very interesting show. Girlfriends was funny. It had some funny parts. So I can't go lie. That dude, what's his name? William. William was a fucking simp. William was fucking up. If I was William, I'd have smashed all the girlfriends, goddamn. But, so...
Just like, if they're going to do stuff like that, they have to be original with it and not just take somebody else's idea. Okay. Like, if it's... I don't even know how to explain it, because these movies they're just putting females in it just to say, oh, female empowerment, feminist, this, like that.
Yeah, Broadway was the shit.
Like, there's a movie that that Battle Angel movie that came out. That one was done extremely well
Mm-hmm.
when it came to a female lead.
Mm-hmm.
It was done extremely well. And then when I went and saw Captain Marvel, oh God.
Yeah, I heard a lot about
God,
this.
I didn't pay for that movie either.
When do you pay for fucking movie? Do you have Netflix?
No, once again I went with somebody.
But I'm saying, but do you have Netflix?
Yes, I do.
Whose account are you using?
Mine.
No, because you don't pay for fucking movies. I don't believe you paying for fucking Netflix.
It is. It's coming off of my credit card, along with the Hulu account and every other account,
I don't know
in
about
the
that.
Stars account, in the HBO account.
I don't know about that. Let me have your password to your Hulu. Just send it to me on send it to me on the deadline. I'm only gonna use it for like a week. I want to see what's good on there. Don't they got South Park on there? I need to.
Yeah, one of my friends watches South Park on there.
I need to catch up on the South Park. Let me get your password. Just send it to me in the.
You gonna see a lot of The Bachelor on there though.
I don't give a shit.
She watches a lot of The Bachelor.
I'm not gonna watch
The Bachelorette.
I don't care about none of that stuff. I just want to watch South Park. But that's bad. Well, Miss Shannon, like I said, I'm gonna get back to the protocol for the time Nazis get me. But I will give you your pistachios. But that Battle Angel thing, I've heard a lot of. I won't say I heard a lot, but I heard some good things about it. Okay, and so
I hated the Captain Marvel thing because I was expecting, as a comic book fan, I was expecting to see Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel, and what all that bullshit. But Brie Larson, oh my God, I can't stand her. She has the Twilight acting facial features down.
But my thing is this, like, Brie Larson, like, what was the whole point? Because, like, she was all in Infinity War or whatever. What was it? What was the second part? I forgot. The End Game. She didn't even do shit. Like, what did she do in Endgame? Like, how did she
her only thing was that they, they're, the main characters in Infinity War died.
Yeah.
So they had to bring in all the heroes that were pretty much left.
Man, she ain't even doing that. She left. That's to call job abandonment and shit. And then she just pull up when she wants to. You get fired for shit like that. But anyway,
like she left to a whole nother part of the galaxy at the end of her own movie, and then when Fury died at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp, he pushed that button. Mm-hmm. He pushed a button that called her, and then she showed up. Okay. That's all it was.
I haven't even seen any. I haven't seen other Ant-Mans or nothing like that. But that's a bet. Well, all right, Miss Shannon. Well, I appreciate you calling. We're gonna take some more calls. I'll give you your little funky pistachios. I guess you earned them, even though you don't.
Like if they do a reboot, they need to do a reboot of that movie immediately and choose a different actress.
No,
she is boring.
Let that shit die, man. Let's just let that shit die.
She is boring. Mm-mm. She is unenthusiastic and boring, and she's just. See, to me, that's what makes or breaks a movie. If actors don't give a fuck.
Well, that's Hollywood, though. But if you keep supporting stuff that's trash, they're going to keep putting this trash shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I said, I'm just glad I didn't spend my money on it.
Man, look, I don't even want to talk to you about spending movie money no more. You ain't, I don't know what's going on with you. I have no idea. Look, we ain't even finna get into none of these conversations about Shannon and her behavior problems. Not paying for movies is just one of them. But that's a wrap. We're going to take some more calls, Miss Shannon. I appreciate you calling in.
Oh, bye.
All right, appreciate it. Who you talking to, Sweet Berry? I'll take your pistachios. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Look. Do I need to turn the knob up? Is that louder or is that quieter? Let me know. I'm going backwards. That's wrong. That much should be a little bit louder that way. All right. Let me see. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, man, peace and blessing, man. It's Unbeaten.
Unbeaten. What's the motherfucking deal, Unbeaten? What's going on with you today, man? What would you like to drop on tonight's topic?
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. So the topic is about 007, right?
Yeah, just kind of that, and then, how they're kind of the pandering that's going on in movies, not just with the female leads, but with certain black or certain characters being recast as black and things like that.
Okay. I think when we have instances like this, I mean, it's for me, it's really kind of simple. Just kind of looking at it, realizing that movies aren't made to be like as art as we enjoy, like comedies and whatever. All that, it's not really made for that. Realize it's a movie business, and exactly what it is. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yes.
right? So like, I mean, you're kind of touching on the point of pandering, which is a part of the agenda that's pushed by the producers or the people behind it with the real money that's pushing everything forward. It's a business at the end of the day. They able to pay these top actors millions of dollars because they're going to make hundreds of millions, if not billions, on the return.
Yes.
Right? And so they have this money, they have this influence, they have this power. They can push out different agendas. Right now, I guess they trying to go with the empowerment or the pandering to the blacks, or well, I don't say blacks like I'm not I'm not myself, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Different things. They will pander to the gays, pander to the Latinos, pander to the whatever fits the agenda that they point to, where they can see it on the screen. They feel some type of satisfaction because they're on screen, but not realizing that they are, I guess I don't want to say a pawn, but you're an instrument to generate money.
Yeah, straight up. I agree. And I mean, if they're gonna pander, they could at least pander, right? They could have went and gave the dude Idris a shot. I mean, shit. If you
That's what I thought they was gonna do.
Yeah, but I saw so much backlash for that shit, and then they just came out of nowhere with this. I was just like, what the fuck, you know? But I mean, I really thought that's where they were gonna go was Idris. Like, okay, well, yeah, they gonna do that. That's what it's gonna be. And then they just, I don't even know who this chick is. I've never heard of her.
I haven't either. To be honest, I don't know for a 100% fact, but I think 007. I've seen maybe a couple of 007 movies that did hit theaters and they went straight to DVD. Mm-hmm. So it's for me, it's kind of like questioning the line of the 007. Everybody loves, you know, saying gold. What's it, GoldenEye?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, GoldenEye.
Everybody loves the 007 movie and James Bond, and they copied it. Yeah. But at the same time, you realize like there's a couple of movies out there. They just pushing out movies because they know that they can.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I just think this one is the one that's gonna get swept under the rug. Is not paying attention to. Mm-hmm. It's gonna get paid attention because it's a black woman. But other than that, nobody would have been checking for a 007.
Yeah, but to me, I mean, let's just be honest. Even when they go and they do stuff like this, do you think that really helps? Because you have people who, oh, this is a historic moment, this is so great. But if they really don't have an investment in the franchise, do you think people are really going to go out of their way to go watch this, even though they pull this move?
You know what? I imagine if they market it correctly, like they did with Black Panther, I think that they can maybe, how do I say it? Get a pretty decent return on investment.
Okay. Honestly, I just have a hard time buying that people, you know, if they were not historic fans of the, but again, like you said, the Black Panther thing, because there's a lot of people who were not Marvel movie watchers, then they went and saw a Marvel movie for the first time, and they just, you know, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, when it was just kind of, you know, fell in line with the rest of the Marvel movies, in my opinion. But because it was new to them, you know, it was exceptional. I wouldn't be surprised if it's along the same thing. Okay.
Would I be wrong to say it's the same thing with Obama?
I don't think you would. I don't think you would be incorrect. Because the funny thing about Obama is, what's funny, like when you really think about it, that black people loved Obama. I mean, and I know people who have voted for Trump now that, you know, originally voted for Obama, and it was what it was. And I think that, you know, it worked in a sense for what it was. But Obama in reality is everything that most black people on the left despise, honestly. Black people don't like Africans. His daddy is African. He's not an American black person. And then the issue, then he had a white mom. And so when you look at it that way, they be like, most niggas like, man, fuck that shit. You niggas complain about shit like that every day. But they love Obama because of the position he was in, the image that he presented, and everything that went along with it. But, you know, I guess in certain instances it works. And so I guess the movie industry said, well, fuck it. If it works for the country and it works for the presidency, shit, why not? Why can't we do it too? So I ain't mad at them, because either way it goes, if I don't like something, I'm not finna fucking watch it. So that shit don't really matter.
Right. Yeah. Not gonna waste my time on bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. How's the progress towards the podcast coming along?
Man, I'm really kind of in a process of really kind of creating it, like the creative aspect of it, because I mean I can cover the news and all that, but I'm trying to find a creative way of doing it. I've gotten my logo. I went to Fiverr and got that set up. I got my logo. Right now, I'm trying to get my domain and gonna be setting up a Anchor account tomorrow,
Okay.
so we're gonna get all that set up.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's a bet, man. Well, let me know. Like I say, just either shoot me something via the text message or whatever. Like I say, when you get going, I'd love to check it out, man.
I appreciate it, man.
All right. Anything else you want to add on the topic?
No.
Okay.
I mean, peace, man. Do the knowledge.
Already, we appreciate it down Beaton. Shout out to Beaton Sports, man. Let me make sure he gets his pistachios. I don't want y'all coming and auditing me for pistachios. How much y'all ain't give me my pistachio? Everybody get their pistachios. Well, yeah, that's just my thing, man. I have no ill will towards the chick. Hey, it's a job. If you in the acting industry, if you're in the movie industry, hey, work. Go work. Get you fill up that resume. Do what you do. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Yeah, let's get Honcho. It's Cassie Cage.
Miss Cassie, how are you doing this evening, Miss Cassie Cage?
I'm good. How you been, man?
Man, no complaints. Life for the most part, except for these pandering ass movies, is pretty good.
That's good to hear. But yeah, I mean, we're just seeing Hollywood kind of spiraling into the ground at this point. I mean, if you just look at the movies this summer, most of them, besides like Toy Story, have been complete failures, and they're literally at this point praying that China bails them out all the time, because for some reason people in China, they just love to go to the movies, and even if it's a piece of crap. I guess they got something special over there. They probably spend most of their time going over there just to play like DDR or something. But like, and it's when I look at this 007 thing, it's not the actress's fault. She's just doing her thing as an actress. Really, when you look at this, this is just a giant marketing scheme. I mean, look at how many months before Captain Marvel came out, how many months people were just arguing over this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And you just see Disney, like, in the background, they're just silent as shit. They just put out the new trailer just to start some more controversy. They literally just use the trailers as just ways to get people aggravated.
I agree.
And it really just split the whole fan base. But when I look at if a movie really has a chance to be successful, people just look at the actors, but I mean, when I want to find out information, I'll go look at who's directing and who's writing, and I'll go basically look them up, and I'll go see what movies they've written in the past or directed in the past. And I mean, a good example of the best example I can give of directing and writing failing a movie is honestly with the X-Men. I mean, X-Men 1 was a good movie for the time. X-Men 2 was huge during the time, because at that point we had just gotten off of, it was a few years since that last Batman movie,
Yeah.
which was a complete fucking failure. It almost destroyed comic book film, period. That George Clooney Batman was just atrocious, but basically after X-Men 2, which was huge and really good, the director was just like, you know what, fuck this franchise. I'm going to go do Superman Returns. I'm going to take most of the writers with me, and I'm going to take Cyclops with me as well. That's why you see Cyclops die within the first 2 minutes of X-Men 3, The Last Stand, and why the writing and directing is so atrocious.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I don't think I saw The Last Stand. I think I saw the first two. I don't think I saw The Last Stand, so I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, I mein, I can't even necessarily blame the dude who directed The Last Stand. I think his name was Brett Ratner.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he was just given the impossible task. Fox was just like, yeah, direct this with a whole new writing team, and we're going to throw you $100 million more and make a masterpiece out of it. And it's just and the original X-Men movies, they had a pretty decent cast. like I think Famke Janssen's great. I think Hugh Jackman's great. I think James Marsden's great, but they underutilized him. But they had a really great cast, and that movie failed, and that's because the writing, directing just wasn't there. They didn't understand the property they were given, and they were fill-ins. But if people are really interested in seeing if a movie is gonna fail or not, just look up the writers, the directors, and see their past work. And if you see a bunch of garbage, chances are it's gonna be garbage. Like when they announced who was gonna direct the new Halloween movie, and I forget his name, but I looked him up, and I was like, oh, this dude directed Joe, and that was actually really like an eerie kind of film. And I'm just like, okay, I can see this. Like, this has potential, and chances are it was a pretty damn good movie.
How many Halloweens have there been?
Okay, starting from 78, we've gone through 1, 2, 3 is not Michael Myers, but it's still there. It's its own canon. Then 4 and 5, which is like put together at 1 and 2, and then they decided to do another canon and just eliminate 4 and 5 and just make Halloween H2O.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they did Resurrection, which is, oh my god, what a piece of shit that movie was. Then they were just like, let's remake it with Rob Zombie, who clearly, he was the type of dude that said he hated remakes, but then took this on because, LOL, I just want to fuck this series even more. and so those movies were disgusting. And then I think they just went with this new movie, which is like, all that matters, all you need to have seen is the original,
Yeah.
and then Halloween 2018, which I didn't mind. That was actually not bad at all. But yeah, there's been a lot of them, and some of them have been absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I'm forgetting which one I've seen. I think it was H2O. H2O might have been the last one I saw. Like I said, man, I'm just so in and out with movies, especially as of late. So I don't know. But I did like Rob Zombie's what was the 2 movies he did? House of a Thousand Corpses. Did he do House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects?
I don't think I could ever watch another Rob Zombie movie after just watching the first 5 minutes of the original, the first remake he did of Halloween.
Yeah.
And literally just watching these fucking stupid redneck retards just screaming and cursing at each other, and just actually trying to think that, oh, Michael Myers was spawned from this atrocity. I just wanted to fucking claw my eyes out.
Damn. Well, I guess I won't watch the Halloween. I'll probably end up gonna fucking watch it anyway. I'll be saying I want to watch some shit. I have like a list of stuff, especially things that y'all have suggested. And I have not watched. Man, I was finishing it. I watched The Crow the other day because I remember you told me to watch The Crow, and I was about to pull it up. I can't remember if it was on Amazon or Netflix or whatever it was, and I forgot what the fuck I did. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and watch this, and then fucking get distracted and never fucking end up watching it. So.
Oh man, you gotta watch it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I definitely have plans to, because it's something I know I want to see way back in the day, and I just never got around to doing it.
Yeah. I found out actually a really interesting thing like a month or so ago. The what's it called? The damn, my brain just up and died on me. But the John Wick movies. So like this new one that they put out, apparently the director of it was the stand-in for Brandon Lee after he died. He was basically his body double to finish the Crow movie.
Oh.
And he's like well versed in martial arts and shit, and I thought that was actually really cool.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. It's interesting how certain movies have those connections, and you can kind of, I guess, you can kind of see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I do want a cool modern day Foxy Brown.
So who would you have play Foxy Brown if they were to do a remake of Foxy Brown? Who would you have in mind? Do you think that there's
none of these young actresses like really stand out to me. I think that what it takes for like a good actor or actress to come out. Like, I think most actors and actresses are just trash these days. What saves them most of the time is just CGI, really.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man.
And I kind of hate the fact
I
that
literally
CGI has
just
ruined the
sat
storytelling a little bit when it comes to a lot of these movies because they know that they can rely on special effects as opposed to telling a good story, and that's a problem.
I mean, you know, writers' idea of character development nowadays is either the color of your skin, what's between your legs, or who you're laying in bed with. That's literally their idea of character development, and it's crazy to me.
Yeah, Nacho might be right. They might fuck around, give a Foxy Brown, and make her a lesbian. They may just do that.
They definitely would. They would do some crazy shit like that, bro.
That's where we're at now.
And honestly, that's like half of their fucking advertising right there. Just people just arguing over who Foxy Brown should be screwing. It's ridiculous. I mean, just look at how, like, people, like, old school Star Wars fans, look at just how much they hate The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And it's not just because, they're sexist or misogynist. No. It's, you have a lead female character who's literally the strongest thing in the universe, and there's absolutely no fucking explanation for it at all. You just shit on, you took, you basically took the main poster boy of Star Wars, and you basically said, he is no longer at all the person he was in the first 3 movies. He's just going to completely act the exact opposite of how he would after he was trying so hard to get his father, you know, to turn his father good and shit. And they're just going to make him out to be an asshole. I don't... It's just terrible. And then the cop-out nowadays is that they'll blame the fandom for it. The director of the new Terminator movie, he's already blaming the fandom for the movie about to fail. They're just like, oh, well, it's not me. I make great movies, even if they don't make any fucking money. It's the fans.
Yeah, that new Terminator, I forgot all about that. That's going to be interesting.
This movie is amazing to me that we went from, like, Jurassic Park back in, like, the 90s and that good-ass CGI for that time to that trailer in the new Terminator movie. The CGI in that movie fucking sucks. That was the first thing I noticed watching that trailer.
Like, I honestly thought it was like going to be another, like a remake of a TV show or something at first when I first came across. I didn't realize it was supposed to be like another movie. I was like, okay, well, you know, sometimes TV gets away with certain things that you wouldn't allow in a full motion picture, but I was wrong about that.
Yeah, it is very cool. It's like you're really just going to trot out freaking Grandma Sarah Connor and and Grandpa Arnold. Like,
oh man, your cameos. Let's talk about that. What about that's and you're absolutely right because hey, it's not that I'm putting together a bad movie or not that I'm trying to pander to you. It's just the fact that you're not falling for this bullshit. You know, we gotta if it does well, then you know, hey, we're progressive. If it doesn't do well, hey, the fan base is full of shit. But trying to cover our asses in a few different places, we'll throw some little cameos in here with the reason why you actually enjoyed the movies in the past. So.
Yep. It's just a lazy write-off. And Hollywood's not really going to learn until they crash and burn. I mean, we constantly see doubling down all the time. And it's really just, like, I just don't want to go to the movies anymore. Like, there's so many good movies that are coming out, and I just have no interest in going to a theater. Because I'm just disgusted. I'm so bored of being told I'm this and I'm that just because I'm a critical thinker of some sort. I actually use my brain, and I'm not spooned. I choose not to be spoon-fed by complete stupidity. And it's just, I'm over it. It's trivial shit to me.
Yeah. So how long do you think it'll be before Hollywood collapses upon itself?
I mean, right now it seems like they're just trying to bread China to replace America. Because they have so many people there. If they could just get like a mass majority of them to go see these movies, it'll essentially bail them out. So that's the one downside of the situation, is that despite Americans starting to really wise up and be like, yeah, fuck this bullshit, they're kind of trying to ease to the new market.
Okay. Well, that's tough. Well, another reason to blame the Chinese. Goddamn it.
I got no problem with it, man, but just like stick with us, man. Stick us out so we can all get better movies. I mean, that's what we all really want, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just need to teach me a little karate, and we can all be cool until I get some of that martial arts. I got beef, but I don't really got beef, and they kick my ass. But but I understand it's terrible. Yeah, as long as there's a bailout for them, they'll continue to produce the same shit, and then Americans are just going to keep consuming it, and that's the terrible thing.
Yeah, thankfully people are starting to come around now.
Okay. All right, Ms. Cassie. Well, anything else that you would like to add? Anything else on your mind as far as the topics of the pandering of Hollywood or anything like that?
I think I managed to hit all my all the things I've been thinking about in terms of Hollywood.
Okay. Man, I got something for you real quick. I do, because I saw you were mentioning something about, I believe you were mentioning something about the new Gears, kind of on the same level of some of the shit that they were doing. Because Gears used to be like a hardcore, over-the-top type game.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're trying to soften it up a lot. They're taking the smoking out of it or something like that.
You know what it is, man? Microsoft is trying to sell you their version of Netflix. And by doing that, they don't want to advertise with nearly as much money as they used to, and they just don't. It seems like it just makes it out to seem like they don't even care about their own intellectual properties. And they've already said that basically we want to get out of the console market, but we don't want to do it so wholeheartedly because we will get destroyed.
Yeah.
They just, yes, Halo is great, but 343 Industries has just been dragging it on the ground since they got hold of the property. And Gears has been really shaky as well. As the only solid thing they release, honestly, is Forza. So they can't pull a Sega and be like, yeah, fuck this shit, we're out, we got our Sonic, and we're gonna be alright. They can't. They're afraid to do that because they don't even know how to take care of their own intellectual property.
I agree.
And I'm not getting an Xbox next generation. Why? I have a fully functioning computer. And it's like, the way you're treating your properties, I don't even know if I want to play your games anyway.
I agree, and that's I forgot what I was talking about the last time. I think I got on Mixer the other day. I was talking about that. It doesn't even seem like it makes sense to buy a new console. You might as well just make some upgrades and just stick with it.
Exactly. I mean, at least like Nintendo just makes me want to buy their system because, oh man, Zelda looks amazing, Mario's amazing. It's not for everybody given, but whenever I buy these games, I somehow just manage to have fun. And that's what I want. I know that you're going to sell me your own exclusives, and they're going to be good. So I buy that. Same thing with PlayStation. I don't like all of their exclusives, but they got a lot to give.
Exactly.
I know that, if I buy a PlayStation, they're going to be making their own games that are catering to the system and taking advantage of the system. And hopefully, have fun with them. It's still taking a chance, but I at least know that you're going to have something to offer me.
I agree. Yeah, that's why I kind of regretted the whole Xbox. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I'm just like, well, everybody, all my friends, they got Xboxes. Fuck it, I'll fuck with them. And then when you just start seeing the exclusives that PlayStation gets, and the fact that they are, interacting with the Japanese, and they are bringing in, Japanese people. They're creative like a motherfucker. I love it and I hate it at the same time. And Microsoft is like, fuck that. We're not gonna fuck with them. And you get stuck with what you got. And so yeah, definitely if at all it's PlayStation next generation or it's PC gaming all the way.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I've always been the type that if the games are there, I'm willing to come over. 360 was my main platform last generation for almost the entire generation, I'll say. Because they had the games. They were getting all this good shit. So, fucks with them. This generation's been the PS4, and then once they moved on to Switch, I've been like, going between the two. But I'm willing to go anywhere where you're willing to give me good games.
Yeah, that's what it is. You gotta appease the customer again. Like everything is getting something. Microsoft already came out. Yeah, that's when they really lost me when they said that they are not a free speech platform. And so
Like, what are you doing? Like, you have an install base of like 40 million people. That's less than half of the install base of PlayStation. And Nintendo Switch has been out for like less than half the time of an Xbox One, and they're already about to pass you in sales. Like, this is not the shit that you say to try and get people to come over.
Exactly.
See, Nintendo, man, people be sleeping on them. Like PlayStation's trying to pull some censorship bullshit as well, because for some reason they don't want to let the Japanese do whatever the fuck they want to do. So they're just like, oh, well, all these women have to be completely clothed, and we have to respect these little bitches in the West because they cry when women show anything at all. So you're going to have to censor your shit. And Nintendo's like, yeah, all that shit, all that fan service y'all want, you can get it over here. Don't worry about that. Straight up. And it's like, you don't expect this shit from Nintendo, but they're willing to play ball.
Yeah, so I thought, for Nintendo being like the super family friendly, we're not going to push that line. But hey, I mean, if they are willing to entertain people with what they want, then hey, I mean, that's where people are going to go. People are going to go after what they want.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Miss Cassie, I know it's been a little bit, but it's always good to hear from you, and I'm glad that you called in and shared your thoughts and views, not only in the movie market, but the gaming market. I love to hear the updates because I don't stay abreast as much as I should. So I appreciate when you call in and share some info with us.
Yeah, sure, man. It's always fun to hang out today and talk to you and everyone else as well. Y'all some good people.
Now these people are terrible. Don't say that. These are terrible people. Everybody in this den is they're awful. They're toxic. They're all right. They're some cool people. Some of them are questioning.
Man, I get to speak my mind, and people will debate with me, but no one has called me any names. You know what? I can respect that.
Okay. Damn, I guess it must be me. I'm getting all the bad names and stuff. What is going on? Okay. Well, that's what's up.
The host always gets it the hardest, man.
That's tough. I'm start timing people out and shit. This is fucked up. I've been trying to let y'all make it. But that's what's up. That's bad. Well, I appreciate it, Miss Cassie. I appreciate you calling in, and hopefully I hear from you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, you too. Again, if you are a Twitter user, I always have to plug it. She don't ever ask me to plug it, but I have to plug it because I love it. Follow Miss Cassie, Mario Kart. It's the fucking greatest name on Twitter. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What up, Honcho? It's Jason S.
Jason. How are you doing this evening, Jason, man? It's good to hear from you.
I'm doing pretty good. I had to set up some mouse traps earlier, but I got that done.
Did you catch any mice?
We almost did.
No. Mice
That's not what I called in to talk about.
But they can be crafty. I mean, hey, if I can offer some mice advice, I will give the mice advice. I've had to catch a couple in my day. What about the dog? You got Jack Russells, though. Aren't they like mice catching dogs?
They're not that good.
Oh, okay, it's all good. Hey, can't blame it on the dogs. All right, what's on your mind there, Jason? That's what would you like to speak about?
The new 007.
All right.
I don't I do understand why Hollywood did it. It's because they're trying to pander to audiences. Granted, they may look like dicks, but it reels in the cash.
Yeah.
What I don't like is how they moved from a white dude to a black woman so quickly. Like I don't understand. Like I don't like the move. I just don't.
Okay. What bothers you the most about the move?
It's the fact that they switched so quickly, and that there's no story behind it. Or let me just explain this. I'm mad because they didn't make the least they could have done was, make a story about how 007 got switched from a white dude to like a black woman.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody spiked his drink, and now he's hallucinating. Something like that, man.
Okay, so you're kind of upset that there's no real segue. There's no kind of, I don't want to say crossover, but they didn't allow the story to build up. So what you think they're just going to kind of rush it in maybe the beginning of the movie and give you some little half-assed explanation? Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm upset about.
Okay. So it's not even really the fact that it's a black woman, but it's just the fact that they just kind of, you feel like they're just trying to appease the audience too quickly, and they're. Do you think it ruins it for overall for those who may be true fans of the James Bond 007 franchise?
I think it might. I think it really does, because they've stuck with the dude for all these years, and I'll be honest, I'm not too surprised at the move, but I don't like the move. Again, because one, they didn't have like any segue to it, and two, they're pandering to an audience, and they don't really care about the other fans.
Okay.
They're pandering to, because I get it, this is Hollywood, but come on, guys.
Okay. And that's what I thought. Like that's my thing too. I saw somebody say, "Why don't they give her another number?" And I remember that there were some other agent numbers. So here's my question: do you think that when it comes to the movie, is it more about James Bond, or is it more about the number 007? And of course, I think most people it goes kind of hand in hand. But at this point, they're breaking up that connection between the two. So it's like now the number 007 is more important than James Bond, the character.
That I don't understand either. Like, what is it? Like, didn't they? Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they say that the black woman would be the new 007, but she wouldn't be the new James Bond?
Correct. Yeah, she's the new 007, because James Bond apparently is still in the picture. And so my thing is, if he's not dead, if he's not dead, why is he relinquishing his number? Like, what is this? Is it like a football team or a basketball team where we acquired a free agent and
exactly.
Well, I want you to come play on my team, so I'll give you my jersey number. Like,
right?
What is really going on? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I always thought that it was, because I looked it up, and apparently 007 is James Bond's code name.
Yes.
So they're giving this actor his code name?
Yes.
I don't understand it. I don't understand who it's about. Like, they're saying that they got a new actor for James Bond, but it's not really James Bond. It's the number 007. Well, where's the logic behind that?
Yeah,
that's in my mind, they just rushed that. Like, they didn't put any thought behind that. If they really did, they would have said something different than, we have a new actor who's going to play James Bond's code name. That's basically what this is. They got a black woman to play James Bond's code name. That's it. That's all it is.
So do you think this is going to ultimately ruin the franchise? Because let's think about it. James Bond movies, they come out every couple of years. And now you're at a point where it's no longer about James Bond. Now it's just about anybody. So now they're just going to be able to throw any actor or any actress in the role and say, well, this is 007 now. This is 007 now. Does that kind of negate the impact of all the previous James Bond movies?
Yeah, because they're not making it, because it was about this. It was about James Bond. That's why they always called the movies James Bond. Now, if there's no James Bond, what's the point of the movie?
I don't know.
So, I understand. I get it. This is Hollywood, and I'll never understand this. I'll never understand it.
I mean, let's just admit it, Jason. You're just a misogynist. You're just a woman hater. You're a bigot, and you just don't want to accept the fact that a black woman can be James Bond. That's really all it is. Just tell the truth. Admit it.
I'm Archie from All in the Family.
Hey. Archie was a good guy. All right. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can be mad at me all y'all want to. Archie kept it real. And I used to love when if Archie didn't keep it real like he did, then the little verbal spars between Archie and Jefferson when they used to get into it would not be as good as they were. I know a lot of people hate Archie. He's a racist, whatever. Archie went hard. I don't care what anybody says.
Archie may have been a racist, but he was a funny racist.
Man, Archie
you gotta admit that.
Archie was hilarious. Now, you ain't like Archie if he was talking about your specific group, but if Archie said something about somebody else, man, motherfuckers was all in. Archie was hilarious. I don't care what y'all say. Archie used to go in on old buddy, the daughter-in-law boyfriend or whatever. He used to go in on that motherfucker when he used to talk about, oh man. See, Archie couldn't exist these days because LGBTQ, he would probably have a fucking heart attack.
He'd be annihilated by the LGBTQ community, man.
It'd be over with. Yeah. And y'all said you gotta realize shit. Jefferson was basically a black Archie. I mean, come on, man. And he just had a little bit more money. He had his money right. That's the only difference. So Archie was hilarious. If you like Jefferson, you like Archie. Because Jefferson was a black Archie. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear all that nonsense. Yeah, and that's the thing too, because 007, he used to drink and he used to fuck with the hoes. So do you think that the new 007 still gonna fuck with the hoes, or
probably not? Probably not, because they're trying to be, like you said, they're trying to be so politically correct. Mm-hmm. Unless you didn't say that, and somebody else did, but I'm pretty sure someone said it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna remove, I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I don't like using this word. I'm pretty sure they're gonna remove the hose, and probably the smoking, and probably the drinking.
No, that's terrible. I don't want to watch that shit.
Nah.
I don't want to. Look, first, if you're taking out the hose, I don't want to watch that shit. And the smoking, it's neither here nor there with the smoking, and the drinking. But the drinking is like it goes hand in hand with Bond. That's his thing. And that's like taking the drink out of Julian's hand from the fucking Trailer Park Boys. Like the drinking goes with James Bond. Now he ain't carrying around like Julian. Julian always has that fucking drink everywhere he goes. But I don't know if y'all familiar with Trailer Park Boys or not. But yeah, that's part of his his thing. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, and then, it's going. This movie is not going to be good.
Okay.
I don't think it is. You can think, people can think whatever they want to think, but my opinion will not change.
Okay. So, are you going to give it a shot? Are you going to try to watch it and see if it's any good, or are you just going to pass on this one?
I'm sorry?
I said, are you going to watch it to see if it's any good, or are you just going to pass on this one?
I'll pass.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can't fault you for that. Trailer Park Boys was greatness. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add there, Jason?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it, and thank you for calling in. Hopefully, you solve that mouse problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have a good one.
Yeah. Learn how to do it by myself.
Yeah, but man, y'all ever that fucking Trailer Park Boys, man? You ever watch this shit? Julian always it took me a minute, cause I used to be high as shit when I was watching this shit. But then when I just know, this motherfucker always no matter what has that fucking drink in his hand, and then fucking Leahy, flame in on the liquor, Randy. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman, what is the motherfucking deal, Roman? What's on your mind?
Oh, man, first of all, shout out to the game, man. Shit, it's only about 40 motherfuckers in this bitch. But, man, it's packed, man. Your boy is having struggles getting to this line, man. But I love that, man. That means we're growing. So I'm proud of that. But, yeah, I'm struggling. But let me get on topic. Fuck this James Bond situation, man. It kind of ties in kind of like with the Ariel situation, man. I feel like when a character is so iconic, do not give that same character. You can make a spin-off of that character. You can make a continuation of a character like that. That it's in the same timeline, or that character's in the story training or something like that. Good example is like Creed for Rocky. Did you watch Creed?
No, I haven't watched either one of the Creeds. I heard they were good, but I have not watched
Creed's Creed 2 Creed 2 was alright because Ryan Coogler didn't direct it, but Creed 1 was real good. And Creed 1 was basically, it was about basically Apollo Creed's son. It was he had this son. He cheated on a woman. He cheated on his wife to have Adonis. So it wasn't his. He it's that type of son. But of course, I know you watched Rocky 4 before. Rocky, of course, Apollo died. But it's good because shut up, but what made the story good is it has similarities to like Rocky 1 and 2, but it was still its original story. Yeah. And then Rocky still did a great job as that supporting character. Yeah. But it wasn't a remake of Rocky as a black character. It was a new character just in the Rocky universe. You know what I mean? Yeah. What they're doing with this 007 situation is you're trying to basically, I know you're not trying to say it's a new character, but you are. You're taking the 007 name. Listen up. The 007 name has always been connected to James Bond. It always will be. So you take those fans and you kind of like throw those insults in their face. When they think of 007, when I hear the word 007, the first person to come to my mind is James Bond. I think that's anybody. Yeah. What is her name? Well, what's she going to be? Bond. Felicia Bond? Like, what the hell?
That's racist, woman. That is racist.
Oh, man. I'm black. I don't give a damn. I can be racist to my own people. But,
you've been hanging with Shannon too long.
Oh, I don't want to hear that, Honcho. I thought you were a foreman. Yeah, you should be with me. You're an FBI informant.
No, I'm not an informant. I am an agent. Now, look, hey, the informants, they report to me.
You informant.
Okay, they report to me. I'm an agent. I'm certified. I get to go in the building. You know what I'm saying? I got a badge and everything. I just got this laminated.
But yeah, man. I think this is going to flop, man. It's like same goes with that Ariel situation, man. In a way, sometimes you just got to keep characters what the races they are. Just keep the fans happy, man, because you cause controversy like this, and the last thing you want is controversy that is going to get people to not buy it. I mean, to not go see it, to not buy it, and to just say through with this series and just shit on it. You get what I mean? It's just, I really think there's no point. A good example of changing the character of somebody like a Nick Fury. Nick Fury is originally white in the comics. But you take somebody like Samuel Jackson, and Nick Fury plays a big part in Marvel movies, but doesn't play a huge part, but he does a damn good job to where you forget that Nick Fury's character is white. He's Nick Fury. Samuel Jackson played that character to the T.
But that's Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson can do anything. He
can do anything.
He's above race.
So,
he's tired of snatching this motherfucking plane.
My man, Samuel Jackson can play a basketball coach, a house nigga, a goddamn assassin. He can play everything. A crackhead. I mean, the man has played every damn role. He's like Denzel. So he a good guy, bad guy. I mean, he's just a legendary actor. But he did a great job, and they did a great job of making that character forget that he was even white. But it matters sometimes when you make switches. Kind of like the girl said before me. It doesn't matter on the director. You gotta look at who's directing this movie. You could possibly change the character's race, gender. It could possibly be good, but you can always look at like who's writing it, man. But another good example, like, okay, I look at Netflix, man, and agenda pushing is so fucking big, man. It's just so. You ever heard the show called Stranger Things, Honcho?
What?
It's called Stranger Things.
No.
Man. Well, it's on Netflix, right, man? So, I ain't got time to explain the whole story, man, but one of the characters that went missing for a while came back, man. So while that's going on, everybody else's character's growing and character development is happening. While his character, because they're kids, and now they're like 15, 16, so they're getting up there in age, right? Mm-hmm. He's still childish because, he was missing for a while, man. So he missed a lot of those character bonding moments and the character building, right? Mm-hmm. So, in one of the parts, two of the boys had argued, and then one of the boys had said, man, it's not my fault that you don't like girls. And then the other boy didn't respond. So, man, LGBT took that comment as, he's gay. I want him to be gay. Like, what is the point of doing a story like that? It's like you pushing an agenda. And then the whole show had to come out and say the character's not even gay. He just has a character. his character is different because his character doesn't have all the development like other characters. You get what I mean? So it's just a push of genders, man. Like, well, why does the character need to be gay? Like another good example, This Is Us was a good show I watched on NBC. They make the black daddy gay. Well, what's the point? I mean, I think, Honcho, it's like, it's not realistic to have a gay character in every show because that's not the world. Not everybody's gay, Honcho. And not every person in the world is gay. Not every person in the show should be gay. The LGBT would take that and kill me. But the thing is, it's realistic that not every person in the show is gay. I think that's unrealistic in my opinion. But, hey, man, it's different, man. But before I get off this line, man, let me tell you what happened with this story with this Last Jedi. Okay. This gonna make you laugh, Honcho. So, me and my brother, man, went to go see the movie, man. So we're not like nerds for Star Wars, but I mean, we watch the movies before, man. We like them, they solid. And you know, we go to see it. First, we hungry, man, so we go get these damn hot dogs. No, when they were ripping the hot dogs, guess what, Honcho? For 2 hot dogs in total, $45.
What?
Nope. Am I lying?
$45 for 2 hot dogs?
Yes.
Were these magic hot dogs? Were these actual dogs? Like
bro.
These like
they added damn everything on that damn hot dog, and it came with a whole drink. And this is how it is with mine. Well, I live they don't even tell you the prices. They just tell you where it is. When you order it, then they give you the prices. So, man, we was so hungry, man. We had shit. There was no way we could go, so we just bought it, right? That was our first mistake. And oh god, no one. The bitches are small, man. I mean, they was probably about 5 inches or some shit. It was a normal hot dog, bro. It was nothing special. It had slopped in ass cheese, slopped in ass motherfucking chili, and the hot dog was just a hot dog. So we watched that, and then kind of like the girl said before me, the movie. You know, Luke is like one of the most ultimate good guys of all time, Honcho. And he was flat. I mean, Mark Hamill tried his best. Man, God bless Mark Hamill. He tried his best to make the character interesting. But how they wrote Luke was horrible, bro. He was bitter. He was this. He was an asshole. He wanted to do this. He wanted to end the Jedi. It's like, what are you doing, man? And then Rey, the female character, tried to come in and save the day. But now we're supposed to care about her parent. And now she's the strongest Jedi, and they say she might be related in some way to Obi-Wan. What? It's just the shit don't make sense, bro. And that's why people hate the movie. Not because she's a female. It's because the shit has a bunch of plot lines, and then you killed off 2 main characters, and unfortunately, one of the other main characters unfortunately died. So, man, yeah. I'll say then, don't pay $40 for some shitty ass hot dogs. That's my story, bro. But I'm talking too long, man. I'm about to get out of this, man.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Them hot dogs would have been some cold dogs sitting on that motherfucking counter. Them motherfuckers would told me some shit about some $45.
You know what? Since then, bro, I haven't went to the movie since then, bro. Man, you know. They ripping it off for that shit, and because it's stupid, bro. It's like the food ain't that damn good to make me pay $40 for it. Okay, and then even with these movies out nowadays, let's be honest, half of them is remakes. Okay, and then it's nothing creative, bro. Nostalgia sells. That's what Hollywood's living off right now, Honcho. Nostalgia. That goes for shows and that goes for goddamn movies, man.
So here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. You said it was just you and your brother.
Yeah.
Were y'all not wearing like baggy clothes, like to put your own candy and shit in? Like,
you know,
I'm not. Look, hey, look, I ain't gonna tell y'all to be on some niggerish shit. I ain't gonna tell y'all to be on some old ghetto shit. But the movies, like, this is what you gotta understand. The movie theaters, they don't make money off of ticket sales, really. They make their money off of food and concessions and things of that nature because, you know, a lot of the money goes back to Hollywood. So what I'm saying is, fuck them, fuck that. I'm finna wear something baggy. I'm going with my old lady. I'm telling her, get the big purse. You know what I'm saying? Get the big purse.
I'll say this, That was like one time we did that, right? the other times I have went. Oh no, we ain't buying nothing. We not. We making sure we going to Family Dollar first. We going to Walmart first. We going somewhere else first and get some cheap snacks. Put that motherfucker and wear a jacket. Put something in there, and they don't pat you down. You know, I mean, movies do not pat you down. So ever since then, hey, we get the snacks, and that's how it go. But I had to learn a lesson, man. $40, bro.
Yeah, man, fuck that.
Man, never again, bro. Never again. Don't let the movies get to you. Movie ain't that damn good, bro. But that's my call on, Honcho.
All right, well, that's a bet, Roman. I appreciate you calling in. I put your 1,000 pistachios in your pistachio stash.
Yeah. Fuck James, man. He had stole some 18 pistachios from a nigga, man. Yeah, that nigga, he a hoe, bro. He try to say sorry, Roman. Nah, nigga, you know what you was doing. From me. That nigga says, he says what's up to me every time I'm in the stream, but I thought we was cool, man. But, man, you can't trust nobody, man. You can't trust no niggas, man. But that's my call, man. I'm getting off.
Yeah, that's a bet, Roman. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Man, anytime.
Already. And for everybody who is watching, make sure you got your little red dot next to the word live is activated, because I know some folks sometimes y'all be a little bit behind. That's the first time I think I never heard somebody call and say fuck somebody for stealing 18 pistachios for them. I'd heard, somebody complain about a certain berry constantly harassing them and attacking them. We ain't gonna say no names, but and then you speak his name, then he came back, so you was just saying fuck that nigga. I ain't talking about he back. Tough. Just say $40 for the movie, could have bought some pussy for the. Yeah, man, hoes like to fuck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, he gets no love. Pimp C said that. So, there's that. Man, it's tough. That's tough, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, look, man, $40. I don't even like paying for Scotty fucking. I gotta take him to the motherfucking room. Boy, this shit high. I was talking to the neighbor today. She got like a little poodle. That nigga got a clean little authentic poodly looking cut. She got a real strong, I think she said she's from Italy or something like that. She had a real strong Italian accent. I like that shit. But she was talking about, a groomer down the way. And she thought the groomer legit. And I told her how much I paid for getting Scotty cut. She was like, oh no, the face she made. She was like, oh no way. I was like, damn, put that in the gas tank. Fuck that. Fuck Scotty and that fucking hair. So it's cool, man. It's cool. I'll pull him up tomorrow after he gets his haircut. He look like a homeless dog right now. That nigga be looking rough. He be like me when I don't feel like going to get my shit done, because I hate sitting under the fucking dryer. That's the thing I hate the most about getting my fucking hair, because I got a bunch of hair, so gotta stack it on top of each other so it can all get dried up. Then you gotta take that part down so the roots can get dried and all that shit. That'd be the worst part about it. Like if the drying part wasn't so long, man, it wouldn't take no time. But I hate that shit. That's what I hate. So, but yeah, I waited a little bit. So this time I'm gonna go take him tomorrow. I think tomorrow before the midday stream. He got an appointment. Well, he got an appointment at 2, but it'll be during the middle of the stream. So I'm gonna take him up there early. And then I'll pick him up after the stream. So if he cooperating, I'll bring him through the late stream. But man, I don't know. It's tough. They ain't had no fucking appointments this weekend. I was trying to bogart, but then there was the chick who usually cuts him. She wasn't gonna be back in until Monday. So I was like, I'll just keep him with the same chick that cut him. She do a pretty good job. She seems to be caring, and she likes him a whole lot. She's like, he's like the easiest dog I cut. He doesn't even do anything. He just sits there and lets me do it. I'm like, he don't do that with me. I tried to cut his ass. He tried to bite me. Now I almost cut his ear off. It wasn't my fault. It was kind of my fault, but it wasn't my fault. But so if you like going to her, I just let him go to her. But you know what I'm saying? That was what do Colonel Sanders. Oh, that's funny. I didn't think about that, because he ain't cut. I tried to bogart, but I thought I was gonna pull a boss move, because usually I'm able to call in and they'd be like, oh, we don't have any spots for him. Oh, but we can squeeze him in. Then I take him, but they ain't have no spots to squeeze him in, or at least to the what's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
time. And look, my season tickets are coming in the mail next week. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, I hope
So
they lose them. I
excited.
hope they lose them motherfuckers.
Just so excited.
I
If
hope
they lose them, they still come on my phone.
I hope the
They still come on my
mailman. I
phone.
hope the
This is new
mailman.
technology.
I mean, I
It's
hope your phone service get disrupted. I hope your digital tickets get corrupted. I hope the mailman just open them up and just they got me some tickets. Keep them motherfuckers.
and look, when they come to the door, they be like, "Congratulations!" I'm like, "Give me my shit, nigga." Snatch my shit.
Yeah, now how disrespectful man is delivering you a gift and you just I can't believe it.
No, it's not a gift. I pay for the bitches.
That's a gift to
Not a
yourself.
gift. They cost.
That's a gift to
I
yourself though.
paid
That's
to be
tough.
the boss. But I'm just gonna say a couple things. First of all, okay, so on the acting roles and all that, okay, so I don't think a woman should ever play a man ever in life because I've said my stance on that. A woman should. I don't care what color she is. We don't look right playing no men. We're not men, so we play women. This is what it is. Now, on the color role, so I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care agree or disagree. If they made Foxy Brown a white woman, Lord, I might blow this bitch up. So, with that being said, we play our role, they play their role.
But what if they change her name to Foxy Blanco?
Huh?
I said, well, what if they change her name to Foxy Blanco?
Well, then it's not Foxy Brown. It's a whole different narrative. So I'm just saying, if it's a movie called Foxy Brown, Brown Sugar, Foxy Brown, and they put a white woman, how y'all gonna feel, ladies, black ladies? Come on now, tell the truth. Y'all not gonna like that shit.
What if Rachel Dolezal plays it? Would you be as mad or upset?
Oh man, listen, I ain't mad at that lady. She took this shit out. Listen, I ain't mad. Everybody was calling her name, mad at that lady. I ain't mad at it. Listen, hustle how you hustle. No, she can't play it either. She can't play it. I'll still be mad as fuck because I know that's a white lady. But stop acting like, ooh, well, she was white, so we could play her because she was white and now she's black. No, don't even start that shit because when they start playing shit like Foxy Brown and all that, then we're going to be mad. So don't even front. Like, no. Let's keep the white ladies, black ladies, black ladies. I don't want prejudice. My daughter-in-law is white. And I've been raised around, like, my uncle's married to a white lady. Like, it's just in my family. Like, I'm not prejudiced, but we should keep our own lane.
I don't know. You sound like the people say I got black friends.
Honcho.
Huh.
And yesterday, I couldn't call her because I swear to God, I was keeping my niece. And she cried too fucking much. She just be screaming and shit. I can't believe it. And, like, she had to lay right next to me, so if I said a word, she would wake up, so I couldn't talk to her. Because, Lord, that little baby there, she's so spoiled. But, my sister had to pay me. Like, she had to pay me because that little girl. But anyway, your ass opened up the floodgates yesterday. You did. But, hey, that's what makes your show good. That's what makes your show good.
Okay, so what?
You open up all kind of topics, but you know damn well when you made that topic, and them people in this goddamn pen, in this chat, some of them are racist, and they are, because one of them called me a nigger with the ER at the end of it, because he came for me, and he couldn't handle me, so then he want to call me a nigger with the ER, emphasis on the ER. So you open up the floodgates with that. But you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. That's what's going to make you go far, Honcho. Because, see, I couldn't do nothing like that. I couldn't do that. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't do that. I won't have a topic like that with the Black Power and all this going too far. Because, see, I came from a family that had some members of those organizations, which I respect very much. A few of them are dead or gone, but they were members of some of those associations. But and Trim, I agreed first time I agree with everything he said because I don't agree. And listen, your platform is for us to agree or not to agree. You give us a platform to say what we believe in.
Correct.
So some of that stuff I can't take because I've been through so much and I've seen so much with the racist bullshit. And then you open up a door for them to talk, which is good because they're not hiding anymore when you open up the door. So that's the good thing about it. You know who they are. But then, you got, as soon as you put the goddamn, as soon as you posted it, motherfuckers was in there, like, the minute you posted, they was in there an hour waiting for your ass talking about this racist shit. The one that called me a nigger, by the way. While you sitting up here talking about your ass, what's his name? Cultured Anus ass, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, he called me a nigger. When he got mad, he came for me. But
could you do that impersonation one more time, please?
And I want to tell his ass on live because I'm scared of no motherfucker. Ain't nobody gonna shut me up ever. I don't give a fuck what you say. Now, he thinks that his opinions only matter, and then you're gonna get mad with his weirdo ass talking about my kids are listening. Bitch, what you having your kids listen to the den for? Bitch, we talk nasty on this bitch. We cuss, we talk nasty, we talk what the fuck we want to talk. Weirdo. Call me a nigger again. Ho. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
But listen, listen. But with the white lady and black lady, and listen, a woman should not dare play James Bond 007. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch that. I'm just not going to look at that. Just like a lot of movies I won't look at. If they change up the clarity, it's stupid. That's just like if they made Wonder Woman black. I mean, what they made Wonder Woman black? That's stupid.
So how do you feel about like the new Captain America supposedly supposed to be black?
Well, I don't watch that. The only character I know is Wonder Woman. Like I'm not into that Marvel and those comic book things. I'm not into that. But I'm just using Wonder Woman as an example because I grew up with Wonder Woman. So, I'm not into all that stuff. I'm not. But I'm using Foxy Brown as an example because you can't make Foxy Brown white. And if they do, I'll lose my fucking mind. Okay. I'll lose my fucking mind. I might throw something at the TV.
Oh, don't do that. Don't break the TV because just change the channel.
If they made Foxy Brown white, I'll throw something at the TV.
Okay, so what if they made Foxy Brown an Indian or someone of Middle Eastern descent?
No, I'll throw something at the TV.
But wouldn't they be brown? Or it could be Hispanic. Wouldn't that be brown?
They're not brown.
Why are they not? I mean, look, hey, if certain groups are telling us, hey, POC, we are family.
I don't care. The only brown people,
I got all POC with me. Go ahead.
No, none of that. Hey, if the original character was Indian, if the original character was white, if the original character was black, leave it as it is.
Okay.
Now, if it's a cartoon character like the mermaid, sit the fuck down. It's cartoons. Who cares? Who knew what color they was in the first place? It's a cartoon.
Well, we're looking at Miss Cartier say, talking about some pussy galore, you say. Okay, so a cartoon. But okay, so here's real quick, because I know you wanted to. You said you were occupied last night. So, what particular stances did you have about some of the thoughts from last night that you were not able to comment on?
Honcho, the whole goddamn subject to me was just like, how can, like, a white person cannot comment on how to be pro-black or not to be pro-black if you're not black. I can't comment on how to be white because I'm not white. I cannot make a statement or comment on how to be white or not white. You cannot comment on how to be black or pro-black if you're not black. You cannot. You don't know. I cannot say how to be a man if I'm not a man. How to be a man. Same thing.
Some of y'all.
Same thing.
Okay, so
I can't say how to be a fucking man. I can't say how to be a fucking man.
But here's my thing though. Here's my thing is that so you don't feel like even though they don't experience or somebody may not experience it, they can't comment on what they perceive going on in a different community.
They can perceive, and that's the problem. That's the problem, right there. You can perceive I can perceive what it is to be trailer trash, but I don't know. Like whatever they call white trailer trash, but I don't know. So you cannot perceive. You can't comment. You don't know how it is to be black or pro-black or non-pro-black. If you're black, if you're white, you don't know how it is to be black. If you're black, you don't know how it is to be white. You don't know. You know what we see with the privilege. It is what it is, but you cannot like. That's just I just listened, and then the attacks that was going on, and I knew that was going to happen. That's why I did not comment that much on that, because I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was.
Well, can a white person be pro-black?
A white person can stand up for black people. I'm not. See, that's the thing. Y'all can stand up and say if I'm fair. I get that. And it's a lot. It's been a lot. Has done it. But you don't know how it is to be black. You don't know how it is to sit in your car and see them fucking police lights behind you and your heart beating. You black, you scared because you finna get shot. You don't know if you finna get shot, even with your hands up. No, you cannot absolutely fucking comment on that. Because you don't know. You just don't know. Don't lie and say you know. You just don't fucking know how it feels to be black if you're not black. I don't know how it feels to be white because I'm not white. I'm just saying, it was a topic.
It was a topic.
It was a topic.
Man, we got it. Yeah, you get.
Because listen, I'm gonna still listen to you.
Yeah.
If I don't call or comment, I'm still looking at you. It's just because I can't handle certain things that, it's a good one.
Okay. Well, like I said, I respect it. Like I say, my thing is, like I said, I like to open the platform for everyone to express themselves, whether, again, like I always talk about it, whether we agree or disagree. I can't dislike somebody for their opinions. I cannot tell you how to live your story. Your story is going to be different from mine. But as long as your actions towards me are, I feel genuine and in good faith, I always got love for people. Exactly. And that's just how I approach it. Okay. All right, Miss Meek. Well, all right. Well, I thank you for calling in. You have a good one. All right. Shout out to Miss Meek. But yeah, it looked like that. Yeah, that's why I muted all that rise up shit too, Miss Me. But I give you pistachios, but I don't want to hear that rise up shit. Goddamn it. Okay, interesting. I had a comment on that and slipped my mind. I did peep the culture wrench. I'm just not seeing after 335 said something. That is nifty. So that's pretty funny. Let's see. That is extremely funny. What y'all over here arguing about? That's some gangster shit right there. That's what I'm talking about. Put some respect on the wrench. Damn it, she said something, and I had a thought, and it slipped my mind because I was listening to what she said, and it slipped my mind. Because this is the thing that I'm trying to give people. I guess the ultimate outcome of the day. Somebody commented today, they're like, I can't respect you as a black content creator, yada yada yada. And I said, man, I don't look at myself as a black content creator because I really don't focus primarily on black content. I'm going to talk about, whatever stories that, are relatable to me or things that are going on. A lot of it happens to be black. I talk about black issues because I am black. I'm a content creator that is black. I put the content first because I don't want to say, well, I don't want to be, the way I look at stuff is like, well, he's the first black, this, that, and that. I want to be the first to do anything. Like that's the way I look at stuff. When I say stuff about, it's like I say, it's not that I don't have any love or anything from my race. That's not the way I look at it. But again, I tell you, I look at myself as a man first, and then everything else, all the adjectives and everything else, nouns first, and then we'll apply adjectives after that. you know. Because I think when you start doing other things, you start applying things. Certainly, words are extremely powerful. I talk about that from time to time. Words are extremely powerful, and they will impact the way you think about things. And again, I understand everybody's perspectives. I understand everybody, but I don't feel like anybody's better than me unless you put the work in a particular field to be better than me, and I will acknowledge that. But just because you exist, you're not better than me. That's not the premise. Like I wholeheartedly believe that, and that's why I think I approach stuff differently. Oh, I know what I was gonna say the other night. We talk about cops and things like that often, and I don't know. Like I said, I've had some run-ins. And my experiences have been a bit different. The other night, I'll remember to finish the story after this call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh, there's somebody fart. Hello? Hello. All right, so I went to go take the trash out the other day, and usually it's like more convenient for me to go out the gate and then go around to the front. And I took it out because I forgot the little valet trash people were coming, and then it was after a dinner or whatever. It was about 2 something in the morning, and I took the wrong set of keys. One set of keys has the clicker on it, and the other one doesn't, because usually the gate's fucking broken. And I didn't realize they had fixed it. So I ran to go take the trash out, and then when I came back out, hold on. Can't slip like look, the players fuck up, but I can't slip up there. But came back around, fucking gate was locked. I had the wrong set of keys. And now look, I ain't have no shirt on or anything, and I have some tattoos on my chest and upper body. I'll finish the story here in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Hey, Honcho, it's Belle. How you doing?
Doing well, Miss Bell. How are you this evening?
It's been a long line tonight getting through.
I see it's been active tonight. I guess people have some feelings about 007 and some of the changes that are being made. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, Miss Bell?
Okay, I want to back up. I didn't get to watch last night because I spent some time with my kids and I loved every minute of it.
Okay.
We ended up watching the movie Book of Eli with Washington. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. I was almost going to look at that today. I saw that across the, I don't know, was it on Netflix or something? I saw it today.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I will tell you that it drags. However, the cinema photography is fantastic, and I won't give you any prelim of anything. You just have to watch it, and it's worth watching the whole thing.
Yeah. I want to say I saw it a while back. It's been a long time. So I vaguely kind of remember, but yeah, I'm thinking about to watch it again. But
the only thing I will tell you is Mila Kunis, who's married to Ashton Kutcher, is in it, and that's all I will tell you. You have to watch it. It's a really, really good movie.
They're married in real life?
Yeah, they're married in real life. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they got a couple of kids and everything.
I thought
yeah, that's been for a while.
I'm so out the fucking loop. Okay, that's 70 show. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the other thing is so somebody had said something about last night. You were talking the prelim, giving us the rundown about split session and how it was said that white people get easier sentences than black. I'm going to say this for the record. Green is always going to cover white or black.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with your skin tone. It's how much green dollar you can put on the counter.
Correct.
And it's never going to be any different. As far as 007, I think it's bullshit. I think Idris Elba should have got it.
Oh.
I mean, if you want to talk about casting, he should have been in line, and he got a raw deal for not getting it. I agree with most of the folks. It should not have gone to a woman. I really think that was a bad casting decision. It's not that the young lady probably didn't do a good job. I haven't seen the film. I'm just saying I would have preferred Alba in that particular role. What else are we talking about tonight? You got any questions?
Just like I say, with that, and like, what do you think that there is a political agenda behind, or maybe some type of social agenda behind them going, like I say, skipping over Eldra, who a lot of people thought was in line. A lot of people have been suggesting that, and going, I mean, to the complete opposite from Bond traditionally being a white man to going to getting a black woman to play that role. What do you think is the point
Honestly, I think sometimes it's financial. It would have been it's a hell of a lot cheaper for somebody to put an unknown actress in there than to put Idris in there, because he's got clout from his programming in England. So, I mean, sometimes it comes down to dollars and cents and costs. And as far as a lot of the remakes in Hollywood, they're just returning the wheel to get every nickel and dime out of their franchises that they can, and they're not wanting to pay a lot of money for it. I mean, original content is more independent films than it is really across-the-board Hollywood stuff. You know, the things that we see in the major cinemas across the board are pretty much commercial successes. You know, they're not going to put something out there unless they feel it's going to either make their mark or better. You know, there's those real films that, you know, have small budgets and blow it out of the water and are, you know, the golden ticket kind of thing. But more likely than not, they take an old franchise and retool it just to get a few more dollars out of it. Kind of like squeezing the last of the toothpaste out of the tube kind of crap. Well, and the other thing is sometimes it's just really bad casting and really bad writing. Or you'll have really good writing, but they cast a really not the person that should have been in that particular situation. Hollywood's kind of fickle, too. You know, the thing is that movies that really should have gone, you know, massive audience got small play. And then when they hit, like, a Netflix or a streaming company, they went hog wild. Now, I will promote something that I got to see with the kids over this last week is Iglesias. He's a comedian. He's got a Netflix show. It is absolutely fantastic. And hopefully it'll get a second season. And it's not something that gets talked about. It's Sherry Shepard is with him. It's an ensemble cast. Really good programming. You know, and I didn't hear a lot about it. The kids were like, hey, let's try this. And we ended up watching the full season of it. Okay. So I think streaming is actually one of the things that's taking over with cable. For the fact that you can streamline what you want and what you don't want. You don't have to deal with, is it recorded or whatever? And you can do it in your time. I will shout out to Mrs. Meat. I think that she had some good points tonight. And I can agree with her. As a white person, I don't know what it's like to be black. But one of the things I do know is I know what it's like to be prejudged. And I've heard my husband say it. Obviously, we know that I was married to a black man. And he said, you don't know what it's like to be white. And I said, you're absolutely right. But I know what it's like to be prejudged, and people make decisions about me before even knowing me. And that's something that he can't take away. And he's like, well, you can change your haircut, you can gain weight, you can lose weight, you can do these things, but you're always going to be white. I said, yes. And for the fact that I'm white, yes, I may have privilege, but I'm also going to be prejudged for it. For the fact that I'm female, I'm going to be prejudged for it. You know, and as you very well know, I like to be colorblind and treat human beings as human beings, which, from what my daughter says, is a rarity, but I've done it my whole life, so I don't know any different. And that's why I was glad I kind of didn't participate in last night's discussion, because I really don't have anything to contribute to that. You know, that's among the culture to be able to talk about amongst yourselves. And I don't ever want to feel like I step in somewhere where I don't need to have a voice, because there are times I don't. But I think it's a very important discussion among all cultures to have different conversations that aren't easy, to make sure that it just doesn't get water under the bridge kind of thing and it really gets talked about. So I commend you on bringing cultural topics to the surface, because it's not easy and it's never gentle. Now,
I love it.
now that that's said, I have a bone to pick with you.
All right, what you got?
Okay. Why do you call her your old lady? That really drives me absolutely crazy. It's so damn disrespectful.
What?
Yes.
I don't know. That's the lady.
Once and only once did my husband ever call me that. Now, if she was older than you, you technically have a right, but if she's younger than you, it's condescending.
Because, you know, the majority of ladies, they don't get to last very long. She lasted long enough so she gets to be the old. I don't know. I don't even know where I started. I don't.
You cannot justify that shit to me on any level. Don't even freaking try, because you're gonna lose.
I don't know. I don't even know why I say that. It started somewhere. I guess it's better than the old ball and chain or something like that. I guess, I don't know.
Now that I call my husband, not the other way around.
Okay.
But how about my sweet lady?
Oh, then I sound like Tyrese or something.
Well, okay, you don't have to go there then. But the fact is that if she's your special lady, then that's the way you got to treat her. The old lady, it's just crap. White women don't like it either.
That's tough. That's tough. I'll have to ponder on that one for a while. That one, it's deeply ingrained.
And as being your senior, I can definitely say it's disrespectful.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I'll see if I can come up with something. But I'm still calling that. I just ain't gonna say it in front of y'all, so that way y'all don't think I'm judgmental. I don't know. I'll probably still go say.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. I never get a chance to kind of pick at you, so I found a spot, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, you got that movie last night. Yeah, Book of Eli, worth a watch.
Okay.
But that's pretty much all I got. It's not too much tonight.
Okay.
You got anything else, or we good?
I think we're good. I don't think I have anything else. I will be putting some pistachios in your account, and I appreciate the call.
All right, back to the board.
All right, shout out to Ms. Bell.
Yep.
All right. Whoa, Jason S. Pause. Pause. Rewind. Take the tape out. Throw it away. All right. I actually got started on time, relatively on point today. So here's how we look at it. We'll take one last call before we wrap it up. But I'll finish the story of what I was saying. You know, and like I say, in the area in which I am in, it is not a lot of. I don't see a lot of. I mean, I don't think I've seen maybe like one other person with dreads maybe in my environment, and then I see a lot of interracial couples. I don't really see. I think that kind of. All right, let's see what we got. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
My name.
This is my name?
Mm-hmm.
But what's my name?
Huh?
What's my name? Is my name your name? Your name is my name?
Ed Honcho.
So I thought I was Ed Honcho.
Huh?
I thought I was Ed Honcho. I'm just fucking with you, my name. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's all good. What's on your mind? What you got?
Okay, my comment is for the old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody doesn't get that title, old lady. That's like a highly regarded nickname for a man's woman. It's not my granddaddy was my granddaddy. He was calling my grandma old lady, his old lady. If that was your old lady, nobody fucks with your old lady. That was your woman. You highly regard her. and there's nothing wrong with using that. I prefer an old lady over wifey. You know, wifey seems like something you'll say for your girlfriend or whatever that you bought the wife or whatever. So my husband, he sometimes, you know, he says my old lady too, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Let me judge this.
I think it's just black language. You know, we have our own language. You know.
Okay. So you don't see the issue with anybody saying old lady. You actually think it's more affectionate than using terms like wifey. I've never gotten into the wifey shit. That just seemed kind of, I don't know. That seemed like it had like a childish kind of element to me. It was just something about that. I never really got into that shit. You know?
Like everybody doesn't call their woman their old lady, but if he calls you his old lady, I mean that's your man, and he loves you. You know.
All right. You got anything else you want to comment on that, Miss Monday?
My thousand pistachios.
See, this is what it really was. You just calling in for them. See, that's how y'all been doing. I gotta stop incentivizing these calls. I just want some pistachios. I don't even want to talk to you. Just give me my damn pistachio. Wow. Okay.
And 007 is trash, so I don't even care.
You don't like the old movies. You don't like anything. We can do everything.
I want a horror movie that scares the shit out of me. That's what I want. I'm not really gonna scare me. That's what I want. I don't like.
All right, well that's a bit. Well, I appreciate it.
Bye.
All right.
I'm sorry for interrupting your class.
Look. Let's see. I owe Miss Bell 1K. And we're gonna wrap it up after that. So she says that old lady is kosher. All right. She has no problem with it, and she says it's more of a term of infection than saying wifey or something of that sort. I've never gotten to the wifey thing. Who was that had the wifey song? Who was it? Was it 112 or somebody like that? The wifey just sounds like some old kiddie shit. Like I'd just rather say my wife. Like I don't know. I don't like slang terms that take longer to say than a regular word. I'll just say that's my wife as opposed to this that's wifey right there. That's wifey. You shut your goofy ass up. Like, that shit there is bothersome, man. And let me give Miss Bell her. You know that is. My lady, old lady, you know, it just signifies that she's been around for quite some time, you know. You can't be with a chick for a couple of weeks, but that's my old lady. Nah, damn that. I don't know. It's a acknowledgement to the length of time that you have put in. So here's my deal, though. Here's my deal. So coming down to it, like I say, and I got to be strict to the schedule too. So it is, like I say, in the 2 hour mark. I'm going to be much strict on the schedule, much strict on the time. I'm going to start really, and I say this like I'm more this, because I spent some time last week trying to really figure out how to take this approach. So like I say, I don't know. I'm going to leave this up to the people in the den. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some short content. And I have to cut out a lot of the profanity to make it YouTube friendly. Fucking YouTube has gotten super lame. So what do y'all suggest? Would you rather me just not use profanity, or should I use some type of sound to blank out the profanity? I'd like to know your opinions on that, because here's my perspective, right? All my shit is already demonetized. It's like, but like I said, I've been kind of sitting back looking, and sometimes every now and then it would be all right. Like I have like probably in the last 20 videos, if they aren't I mean, because you got the blacked out, which means you get nothing from it. You got the yellow, which means it's kind of monetized, and then green means it's acceptable for everybody. I probably have like one green little circle in the last 30, 40 videos. You know what I'm saying? So, so I gotta figure it out. What you mean neither? Talking about neither. I gotta do one or the other. Either I cuss and I beep it out, or I just don't cuss. You know. So we will take a quick vote, right? But that's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing, man. It means you're officially in the club of good content. Yeah, man. Look, because I went and I looked, and I was looking where I was getting recommendations, and where I'm getting its percentages have dropped drastically within the last month or so. So, like I said, it's just about taking a different thing. I'm not worried about it. I'm not tripping. You just got to use a little bit of ingenuity and come up with a few new ideas, but definitely going to make some shit shake. But like I say, here's the deal. So 0 if it should just be no cussing videos and just save the profanity only for the live streams. Or 1 if I should use a noise to beep out the profanity in the short recorded content. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Because even if I did that, it wouldn't have like, because I know a lot of people like to come back and, you know, read the chat and stuff like that. And so if I just uploaded the live without the chat, like a lot of people would miss out on a lot of stuff. So that's why I just kind of pushed that on the podcast. And make sure, look, and make sure, just like that little link that came up, denshowpodcast.com. Make sure you go to Den Show Podcast and make sure you're following on that page, because like I say, that's where I'm gonna figure it out. I might do it on Saturdays and Sundays. That might be where I do early podcast. I don't know, but I'm gonna start doing live podcasts. So basically, it'll just be audio, but it will be live. But there is also a chat on that page. So it's not a YouTube chat, it's a different platform, but there's a chat, so a live chat, so that way, the same way it is now, it would just be no video to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start using that platform too, because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. YouTube, I don't want to give them leverage over all the content I have, so that's why I've been uploading the lives and just taking the audio and loading them up to the podcast. So you can catch it on iTunes, you can catch it on iHeartRadio. Spotify got back with me. They blocked me again, but they said there's a name conflict, so I need to check that out. Actually, I got that email 2 days ago. I forgot about it. Now that I'm talking about it now, I just now remember, because I got the email like as I was going to sleep. So I need to reply to that email and see what the problem with the name conflict is, and hopefully I can fix that, and then hopefully that I'll be able to put it on Spotify and everything like that. So, cussing tastes good. Yeah, that adds a little bit of flavor. Cause I mean, look, here's the deal. We're all, except for female pimp. What's your problem with spelling, female pimp? What's your fascination with poor spelling? But my thing is this. Is that, shut up, Kenneth. Like, Kenneth, you're weird. I like Kenneth. Kenneth's just a weirdo. But here's the deal. Like I said, I'm going to get ready to wind it down. But sometimes the profanity just adds a little bit of flavor to exactly. It takes away from the emotion. Sometimes I'd be like, man, hey, I really like this show. I'd be like, man, I fucking love this show. It just gives a different vibe. Like, and you could use appropriate vernacular to replace it, but it doesn't give off that same emphasis. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that's kind of the point I'm trying to get. Sometimes it's not about being unintelligent, or it's not about a lack of vocabulary. Sometimes it just feels good to use profanity, right? Like yeah, exactly. It's like it just relieves a little bit of stress. Like, you know, somebody cuts you off when you're driving. And you be like, you chump. That doesn't feel right. You bitch. Like that feels so much better, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Female pimp, Send some tortilla chips. You want to help the show? Send some tortilla chips. So, yeah, it just, bitch is a great word too. So, like I said, I'm just gonna be working on some small changes, but I have some content dropping in the morning. I may actually start doing some different like types of editing, and don't be surprised if you see some different types of content. I'm gonna be doing some different stuff for the Instagram too. I've kind of come up with a little Instagram hustle, not a hustle, but you know, I was looking at Gary Vee, and his challenge was like, you need to be putting out 100 pieces of content a day. And I'm like, God damn, you know, considering, you know, we do 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, that's 4 hours, and then trying to finesse some stuff in between. That's a lot of grinding, but, you know, it can be done if I'm spreading it across multiple platforms and doing a lot of different things. 100 pieces of content, it should be the goal for the day, every day. You know, if I want to see some type of growth, because I mean, if people are going to come across it, even if you only gain 2 or 3 new people or whatever from it, or even if people leave because you're putting too much out, well, fuck it. It's time to make it shake, man. It's time to make it shake. So, how's the bitch is a polite bitch? Well, because I gotta have like a real reason to say bitch. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like, you know. Let me not even get into it. I'm not even finna get into it. I'm not even finna start with y'all tonight. I'm finna get up out of here. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all sincerely. And even like me said, sometimes we had to have those tough conversations. I know everybody doesn't want to engage in a tough conversation. I know people may not like the responses from the tough conversations, but like I said, I want the den to be a place where we can talk about anything. We can have a good time. We can clown. We can talk shit about what we don't like, and some people may like it. I want to be able to address the things that, you know, we may have different views in, because as I was saying with Jay Dizzle, it's not about trying to change anybody's perspective, but it's allowing people to have the option to seeing a different train of thought, to seeing a different level of thought. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta have a reason to get the proper emphasis of the bitch, because that's more like I miss my shot type of bitch. That wasn't like a cutoff bitch. I gotta have something like bad habits so I can really, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like, oh, son of a bitch, I miss my fucking, you know, something. That wasn't an angry bitch. That's an annoyed bitch. You know what I'm saying? I need something to happen, like something to fall over. Like the time the drink fell over on stream, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, you know, it is what it is. And I don't care nothing about it. Nothing female pimp say, because she's only spelled one of all the comments that she's put in the stream. She's only spelled her comments properly one time. Once ever, of all the hundreds and hundreds of comments. But with that being said, hey, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm finna slide up out of here. I'm finna steal a couple of pistachios before I lay it down. But I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 1 p.m. No mixer. Gonna mix you some brownie batter, motherfucker. I am out. Y'all are great people. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me do the proper protocol, I guess, huh? Before I slide out of here. Let me do the dilly-dally. You can follow my personal social medias, Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Like I said, I'll be posting some different stuff on there as opposed from the Den Show. If you follow, I will follow you back. So just let me know. If I recognize the name, I'll follow you back. I appreciate those of you who have followed on the personal page. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share. That's the best thing you can do for the Den, is to share it with friends who are like-minded. Or if you got friends that just like to talk shit, they're all welcome. I appreciate everybody who comes through. You can follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's Den Show Live, densshowlive@gmail.com if you want to send an email. Everything is Den Show Live. Just Google that shit. It's super easy to find. Like I said, tomorrow, early show at 1 p.m. Central. I will be on time. Live every night, 7 days a week, 10 p.m. Central. I will be on time. I got a lot of stuff already pre-done for this week, so you know the topics are pretty much picked out unless something newsworthy happens. Podcast, denshowpodcast.com. Like I said, after the stream, go there. Make sure you're following the podcast so that way you can participate live when we do live podcasts. You can be in the chat and all that good stuff. But the podcast will be just like the show, just minus the visual. So I think that works for certain people who may just, want to listen and don't, want to pay for YouTube Red or any of that shit. And you still get to hear the Den. Den Show Shop. Get you some of that Den Show merch and go get you the Den shirt. Shout out to Professor Trill. Send me a shot of his shirt that he got. I think it looks damn good. So make sure you go get you some of that Den Show merch. Shout out to everybody who is showing some love and grab some of that. 832-284-336 if you ever want to send something to the Den. text message, a link, news story. You got a screenshot, a funny meme. It is Send Nude Sunday. Stop fucking with y'all. Just whatever it may be, it's the easiest way to access, me or the Den. Leave a voicemail, even though I still ain't finished checking all the rest of those. And I'm gonna start putting something in. And sometimes it's some funny fucking voice. I'm gonna start posting some of these voicemails in the Den Show group, the Facebook group. Donate if you want to support the community. Streamlabs.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Dan Strong. Appreciate you dropping some Benjamins. Appreciate the love, man. Dan been holding it down. Shout out to Dan, man. He's really been holding the Den down as of late, and I'm glad to have him. I know a lot of people may not agree with his viewpoints, and a lot of people do. And so, shout out to Dan for coming through the Den and just being, extremely active. I appreciate that. Patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Shout out to Miss Grace, James, Stina Starry-Eyed, Betty Spaghetti, Dan the Man, Diana, Goya, and Donald Trump. I appreciate all of you for holding down, having faith in the long-term success of this community. God damn it. Remind me in the morning, Nikki, motherfucking Nicole, because I just thought about it. What you had sent me the other day, and I forgot to do it. Send me, just remind me in the morning so I can post it, because I said I was gonna do that, and so I got you. Send nudes in the HBO Pass. I don't watch that much TV. Just send the nudes. I'll just check out the nudes. I'll put them in my Keep Safe app on my phone. I'm just fucking with y'all. I ain't finna keep that shit. This house gonna be like, what's this? What's going on here, nigga? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this bitch? I'm gone, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all sincerely, man. Thank y'all for coming through. I'll catch y'all tomorrow in the early afternoon. And I'm out. Man, let me see who pistachios I'm finna steal. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see. Give them a steal on. Find out who be lying in the Den. Who be lying? Who do the most lying in the Den? Let's find out who is the liar. Who don't be telling the truth is up in here. And man, look, if you are in the Facebook group, did y'all see that thing that AB posted today with that chick with the toofus? That shit was tough. I'm out.